be the best, simple and plain. That's why I play the game. To be the best, you have to win. And that's what drives me.
He's the best player in the game. It's just that simple.
Yo, what's going on, good people? We is back with another vid. We got an update on one of the inmates that broke out of the New Orleans jail. Let's get into it.
All right, we're following the breaking news on the arrest of one of the two remaining escapees from the Orleans Justice Center this afternoon.
Yeah, New Orleans police will be releasing new details. That is in less than half an hour. We just got this information in. State police just released this picture that's on your screen. That is arrest of Antoine Massey. He was taken into custody in Holly Grove. One escapee, Derek Groves, he is still on the run, the last one left. The arrest happened earlier today in Holly Grove in the 9400 block of Strollett Street.
Yes, this situation has been unfolding minute by minute, hour and now leading into hour by hour. Amelia Strahan got a lot of detailed information from the owner of the property where Antoine Massey was apparently staying. And she's joining us live now from that neighborhood with the very latest. Amelia?
This nigga was still in New Orleans. It's crazy. So they didn't make it far. They were still in the area. They were just hiding out. That's crazy.
Yeah, Katie and Sharice. So police say Antoine Massey's 6 weeks of freedom ended right here on the 9400 block of Strollett Street. This is in the Holly Grove neighborhood. Now, we're told that it happened right here at the property you see behind us. Now, this is an Airbnb. It's a 2-unit Airbnb. We're told by the owner only one of those units is occupied. Now, there's a pretty tall fence you can see here. Now, we're told by police that it was Antoine Massey did not put up a fight during the arrest. When we got here, the scene was actually mostly cleared. So we're hearing that it was a multi-agency effort. Even the Airbnb owner that we spoke to said NOPD didn't call her. She didn't get a call from police. She actually was notified by her neighbor. She kept using the word shocked to describe how she was feeling when she found out that Antoine Massey, one of the 10 inmates who escaped Orleans Justice Center, was found on her property. Now I'm going to show you guys kind of what she said she was experiencing and thinking whenever she got the news from her neighbor.
It just couldn't be happening. That's all. Yeah.
I mean, and honestly, I was here when
couldn't be happening.
And we got here, the gate was open. You had about 6 or 7 unmarked vehicles, tinted windows, K9 dogs. Is it shocking to see that this was here on your property, but also it happened so fast? Because you say you didn't even know, and you got here, police wasn't even here.
Right. No, I didn't know anything.
And explain the situation, because this is too.
I mean, is it shocking to hear this happen not only on your property but in your neighborhood? Because a lot of people we spoke to say they were just talking to someone just cutting grass here earlier today, and then this happened.
Yeah, it's a pretty quiet neighborhood. It's kind of shocking, but hey, things like this happen. We just have to, kind of be careful.
No, things like this don't happen. Do y'all think she had something to do with it? I'm just saying. Let me know in the comment section. Escape inmates just don't end up at your house, or on your property.
So I guess,
Have you seen any signs of this? Anything suspicious?
Any signs? No.
And it's only one tenant you were telling us that lives here.
Yes, only one tenant.
And you said telling me when you were closing the gate that Antoine Massey might have run in, broken in.
Right, because I'm frustrated too. I don't know what's happening. They say this is going on, and I get here and I don't even see a cop. So, so I don't know.
So and what do you know about the family? Do you know anything about the family, the tenant that was staying there?
No, I don't know anything about that.
Who actually called you and alerted you of what was going on at your property?
My friend called me, a friend of mine. I guess it's all over the news and they know.
Shit, she was the same size as me, it looked like. Damn.
Just now joining us, that is the woman who owns the Airbnb where police say Antoine Massey was arrested today. We're in the Holly Grove neighborhood. Now, this is the Airbnb you see behind us with this tall fence. Now, she says that this is a 2-unit property. Only one of those units was occupied. She doesn't know much about the family staying here. She said she's pretty in the dark as to what happened today. She actually got the call from her neighbor. She said she's still waiting on more details, so she doesn't know if maybe he ran into the home, maybe he knew the family. We don't know. There are a lot of questions that she's asking and we're asking, and hopefully we're going to learn more about this situation and this arrest from law enforcement tonight at 5:30. We're going to have our Lily Cummings at a police presser where they're going to share more details of how this arrest went down. But again, 6 weeks after that escape, and Antoine Massey was found just about 1.5 miles away from Orleans Justice Center. Now that leaves Derek Groves on the run. So we'll keep you updated as we know more. Katie and Treese, back to you.
All right, Amelia, thank you so much.
Care Credit is a credit card, but it's more.
I'm just trying to figure out, did she have something to do with it? That's an Airbnb.
Police department and joint press conference.
Somebody could have booked that Airbnb through her just for him. You never know. She could have knew about it. You never know. Y'all let me know in the comment section.
With a number of different law enforcement agencies talking about and giving details about the arrest of Antoine Massey. He's one of the 10 inmates who escaped from Orleans Justice Center. If you're just joining us, this happened 6 weeks ago now. 10 inmates escaped, and now Antoine Massey is back in custody. And we learned quite a few new details out of this press conference, many of those coming from both the NOPD and the Louisiana State Police, who've been integral in this investigation. But one of the things that we learned is that they do anticipate making more arrests in this situation.
Yeah,
they do anticipate more helpers getting arrested.
U.S. Marshals made a comment, and this is a comment that we were making off camera as they were listening to this press conference. Yes. The fact that you can't remain on the run for 6 weeks without receiving any sort of assistance. And we know that there were maybe 1 or 2 people that were arrested early on in this investigation, but I believe that there may be more.
Yes. Well, I think the total number of people arrested for helping the inmates in some form or another was 16. The state police and U.S. Marshals hinted that there would be obviously the debriefing of Antoine Massey and possible further arrests. Now, what we almost can 100% say for certain is that he did get help. You can't stay out for 6 weeks with a $50,000 reward, very visible tattoos on your face, without someone bringing you food, moving you from location to location. We know he's been to at least a couple, right? And when the state police and U.S. Marshals indicates that they are going to go after everybody involved, you can rest assured that's going to happen. Now, whether that leads to a name and an arrest for an accomplice, yet to be seen, but they've done it 16 times. And mind you, we've seen the bail set in those cases at $1 million and higher.
It has been high. We've been talking up here about this Airbnb situation because Amelia Strahan interviewed the owner of the property where Massey was taken into custody a little while ago. That owner was completely shocked that Massey was in the property. It's a duplex that's in the Holly Grove neighborhood on Strollett Street. But state police saying there that they're going to be looking into how Massey wound up in that Airbnb because half of that Airbnb was being rented, according to the property owner, and Antoine Massey may have been in the other side.
Yeah, they also mentioned the fact that moving him around has been happening in the city. So there may be another arrest because the initial social media post, which we would not have even known he was still in the city if he had not posted on social media, claiming his innocence, claiming that he was let out of jail versus escaping from jail and trying to proclaim that he had his charges pending up against him. But
how do y'all feel about that? Do y'all think he's innocent from the paperwork that he showed on that live? Do y'all think he's innocent? He's still going to get more charges if he was innocent because he escaped. So, damn if you do, you damn if you don't.
But if in that video, you saw that there was a different residence. He was inside, and he gave clear details of the kitchen, which someone obviously could see, and they could immediately recognize. When police arrived there, they found his clothing. So he has someone that is taxiing him from place to place and giving him a place to stay. But I wonder how they get, after they do the debrief with him, I wonder how much of that information they're going to get.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. If I own that Airbnb and I have a kitchen decor above the sink that says kitchen in it that looks like that, and I see this video, I'm going to say, wait a second, that's my Airbnb.
Right.
You know, that's my property where this man is. So I assume that people have been piecing those things together as this investigation has unfolded.
Well, he left a lot of breadcrumbs, honestly.
Yeah.
Now, you know, we talked about the charges a little bit earlier. He's not facing any of the more, I guess, the manslaughter charges, the murder charges, the same charges that Derek Groves is facing, but he is charged with sexual assault and with domestic violence. So now that he's being taken in and he'll be taken to Angola, where does he stand now?
Well, obviously, you know, those charges never went away. He still has to face them. When he posted that social media video, he proclaimed his innocence to those previous charges. And, you know, interestingly, he seemed to want the opportunity to defend himself, which is hard to do when you're on the run, a wanted fugitive. So those will be continuing. Some of those charges were in St. Tammany Parish. The interesting twist was that one of the people arrested for helping, one of the 16 arrested for helping the inmates, but one arrested for helping Antoine Massey was,
Hold
on. The former girlfriend of Antoine Massey, as described in court documents, who's also the victim in the alleged sexual assault.
Wow. So the lady that put the sexual assault on him is the one that's helping him, was helping him. This is crazy. This is crazy.
The charges that he was facing and why he was locked up in the first place.
As we know, those cases are very difficult.
Yes.
You know, domestic battery situations and domestic assault is, you know,
we ain't even gonna get into that, but just by hearing that, man, he had a lot of help. And the woman's stupid herself. So she going down too. Stupid. Just stupid. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section. Like this video. Let's get this video to 500 likes. We the People TV. Gone.